Hello and welcome. This is 30 Ways to Grow Your List, getting back to business. I'm so glad that you are here with me today. Wanted to say welcome and thank you. My name is Tamara Jaros, and I am your presenter today for this particular webinar. I work with Constant Contact as an authorized local expert and local product trainer. This is a position that I have as far as like a non-independent contractor type. So I do have my own business where I work with small business owners and help them and really support them in any kind of way that they need help as far as digital marketing. Email marketing is one of those ways, and so I'm so thankful to be able to have partnered with SCORE in order to be able to have this particular webinar series, be able to present it to you. So if you're not familiar with SCORE, they are a nonprofit organization that's based here in the United States, and they offer mentoring to businesses. Now, you may say, I don't have a business yet. Not to worry. You can still get mentoring if you're stuck or you're not sure how to get started or what's the next step. So at any point in your business, whether it's just getting started or having a business idea to maybe you're already in business and maybe you just have some questions kind of like how to grow your business or you're changing the direction of your business. So you can reach out to SCORE. There's lots of chapters located all across the United States with lots of volunteers that can help you. And these volunteers are either already retired from being in business or in some cases they're currently employed and they want to be able to just give back to those folks that are wanting to be able to feel that need to be an entrepreneur. If you are interested, you can most certainly reach out to www.score.org/find a mentor, and then you can get connected with a mentor. So as I was sharing, this is a webinar series that was put together for SCORE. We have one more that's left in the series, which is in a couple of weeks. It's social media, building and creating your Facebook business page. So that's going to be kind of a good one if you're not sure yet or haven't created that. But this one, if you have missed any of these webinars so far, you will receive an email from me as a follow-up from today's webinar with a link to the resource page that has all of the recordings for these webinars, along with the PowerPoint slides and any resources that I kind of have put together for that particular webinar. So again, if you missed any of them, you'll still get all of the resources. If you need to step away today, not to worry, you'll still get the recording for today's webinar too. So I want to just take a moment here. I'm trying this for the first time here to just ask a poll question. And so I just kind of want to ask, how do you go about growing your list? And so if you can see this poll here, there's a couple different ways. Hopefully you can see this. I'm not sure if you can. Oh, awesome. Yay. So how are you going about growing your list? And so I just kind of want to take an idea here as, just to kind of get a feel for that, since this is what we're talking about today. So awesome. Just a couple another minute or two, just to kind of get a feel for where people are at as far as how they're growing their lists. Wow, quite a bit mixed there. Just a few more minutes. You still have time. All right, looks like we're kind of slowing down here as far as how people are answering. So I'm going to go ahead and just stop the poll question right now. But I wanted to share with you that there are 42% of you that said, whoops, let me see, can you? All right, let me go back to, okay, 42% of you said that, or 40% of you said online is how you're growing your list, which is awesome. So we're going to talk about some of these different ways, and then maybe even there'll be a few new ones that you're not familiar with. 27% you are growing your list in person. So that's truly the best way of building those relationships and making sure that people want to receive your email communication. So that's always good as far as growing your list. And then 31% that you said we haven't been growing your list. So you're in the right place. You're going to learn lots of different things here. And then we had 4% that are doing it other ways. And so I'm going to check in with you to say, hey, how are you doing that? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close that poll out now. Hopefully you can go back to seeing my screen. So we're going to jump right in here in order to be able to kind of go through. Again, because the way that this particular webinar is set up, you may want to wait for the slides as far as to have them as kind of notes, unless you're wanting to just pull out different things that you'd like to do as far as an action items list. But, just the way that these are laid out, it might be easier for you just to wait for the PowerPoint slides when they come to you. So first up, the best way is to use a paper sign-up list. If you don't have any other way and you have folks coming up to the register or maybe you're visiting your store, this is one of the great ways that you can just get people to get their information and have them sign up. Don't feel bad about it. I know we're into the electronic age, and kind of as we go forward, you'll see a lot more electronic use, but don't feel bad if you have a paper sign up. Maybe you're at a trade show and this is just the best way that you can do it. So sometimes it's, simple is okay. So this may be one of those that you may want to use. Next up, number 2, we have face-to-face and on the phone. So this is really important, especially if you have a team of people that are working with you. You want to make sure that they have a comfort and ease with asking people to go and to get on your list, because if they're not asking, they're kind of missing out on being able to connect with your audience. So if you're all by yourself, start to blend this question into, that communication that you're having and conversation as you're going through the transaction of working with that particular client or that customer, and then be able to say, hey, I want to stay connected with you, or I want to be able to offer more information to you. Can I, add you to my email list? And then that way you can start to build a relationship. This is a great way to do it, because what happens is then you're getting permission, and chances are you're going to have a better opportunity to have that person stay with you a little bit longer too. Number 3 is to start with the people you know. So for those of you that said you haven't gotten started yet, this is where you want to get started, because what happens is that if you have kind of that existing database of customers, or maybe you have some friends and family that can help share your content and your information, this is going to be a great place to get started. And even if you have 10 people, it's okay. The best practice is really to get into practice. And the best way to do that is to start with a small list and then grow from there. What happens is that I usually talk with folks that they say, hey, I wasn't ready when I only had 10 business cards, but now that I have 100 business cards, I'm overwhelmed. And now I have to do all this data entry. And so they feel overwhelmed. So really start with a small list and grow from there, and start with that list that you know. It's going to be okay. Eventually, your list will grow and get bigger. Number 4, if you have the availability to use a sidewalk sign in your community, people love to be able to stay local and support local. And so this is one of those great ways to be able to add that information as far as when people are kind of, taking a walk down the, lane to go past your store, maybe have them come in. I know that there's a flower shop that's local to me that says, hey, if your name is, Tamara, come in for a free flower. And that's a, nice way to get people into your store. So maybe you can use that same principle too, especially, using those sidewalk signs if that's available to you. Sometimes some communities don't let you do that. But if it's an option, take advantage of it and get people to come in and, get people involved that way. Number 5 is to participate in Small Business Saturday. There's also there's the Small Business Week that's going to be coming up here at the end of April and in this first part of May. Maybe what you can do is get involved with that, and that way you can let people know, hey, you know what, we're doing some great things, but you need to get on our list in order to be able to find out all the wonderful things that we're doing, discounts that you're offering, or different events that you're hosting in your business. That's going to be one way in order for you to kind of get people to kind of get that excitement about your business. This is also one of those where people love to support local, especially, with all of the, rage of Amazon and shopping online. You can also tap into that with shopping local, and even with those folks that want to shop with you online. Utilize that. When people come to your website, they want to be able to get involved with your business and get discounts. So keep that in mind. But participate in Small Business Saturday or Small Business Week that's coming up here at the end of the month. Number 6 is to offer an incentive to your employees. I know many times when we go into, my husband and I go into the Kohl's and we're checking out, they'll say, hey, would you like to fill out a form for a credit card? And we always say no, but at least their employees are asking. And that's half the battle right there, is because what happens is that we don't want to ask. And so therefore, we don't have those folks growing our list. But if you offer an incentive to your employee, chances are they're going to then have more initiative to want to be able to ask. So you want to get your employees excited about helping and to grow your list in order, to kind of help them. And so maybe it's, a party at the end of the month if you hit a particular goal. Maybe it's an individual reward or incentive that you can give to that individual person. It doesn't necessarily have to be for the whole team, but, different incentives really kind of motivate people to want to be able to help and grow your business. And obviously, when we're busy at work, there's a lot more energy and excitement. So maybe an incentive would be the best way to go. Number 7 is to promote sign-up links on your social media. So if you're using Constant Contact, that's one of a great way that you can, in order to create those social media signups. So you can ask those folks that are currently on your social media to say, hey, join my mailing list and, connect with me. That's going to be another great way for you to be able to get people to come and join your list, is through your social media sign-up link. And I have a couple other suggestions along with this too, kind of in alignment with Constant Contact too, which is, here's one of the first ones. So install the app on your Facebook page. So if you have a business Facebook page, you want to make sure that you have added that app from Constant Contact in order to be able to grow your list. And what happens is that with social media, usually those folks don't always match your email list. And so that's why it's always a good best practice is to really encourage people to kind of be on both lists, because what happens is with email, you can reach out to them, you can send to them, you can see what metrics are taking place. With social media, you don't get the opportunity to see what activity people are taking until they comment, like, or share, right? Or make some kind of initiative to maybe retweet or something like that. So this is why it's always a good best practice to kind of blend those two together. And using the Facebook app is one great way in order to be able to kind of blend that in. And if you're using Constant Contact, it's already part of your account. There's no extra charge to do that. Number 9 is to use the Facebook call to action button. Again, if you have a business Facebook page and you want to be able to get people to take action, sometimes you have to create those buttons and truly ask, hey, sign up to receive our email communication, or sign up to receive discounts or promotions. This is a great way to kind of let people know what they're going to receive in order to be able to know why they want to sign up for your list. So use that call to action button. Change it up every 3 months or something, or kind of as seasonal. Maybe you can kind of fix it up into where, maybe for the spring, spring into our email communication or something like that. And then that way you can utilize the buttons that are already on the Facebook page too. You always want to make sure that you're wanting to share your emails on social media. And so again, if you're using Constant Contact, you can use the social sharing tool. So that allows you to create your email campaign and then share that post and automatically post it when your campaign is sent. And so this is where, when we think about how we're sharing it, so that way we don't have to worry about anyone missing our information, because we're sharing it with both our email subscribers and also those folks that are on our social media. And you can do that with Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn within Constant Contact. So that's a great way in order to be able to share your information and communications with your audience, is using it through the social share tool on social media. This is one of those where this is kind of, sometimes people kind of get scared away when we think about buying social media ads. Sometimes, we just need to kind of like step outside of, just posting our regular information, and we may have to spend a little bit of some money in order to be able to kind of get, the recognition that we deserve and for our business. And so maybe you want to kind of again, supercharge your social media list with simply by, getting a new ad in order to get people to come to your website for maybe that website's, offer that you have available to them. So that's going to be another great way that you can get people to get involved, is using that social media ad in order for them to learn more about you. And, you pull in those lists that relate to the types of customers that you're looking for, and you can buy an ad, you can also boost a post too. So that's another great way that you can do that. Add the form to your website. So I know I had just mentioned where you can have people go to your website for that opt-in offer that you have. This is another great way that you can do that. And what it is that you can create that web sign-up form inside your Constant Contact account, and you can customize that based on the information that you want to collect and the types of lists that you want to offer those folks that are signing up for your newsletters. You can give them some different varieties as far as them segmenting themselves, which is another great way to kind of help you make sure that you're getting the right information to your list. But in addition to that, maybe you have your website set up to where you have different offers on different pages. This way, you can also create those web sign-up forms specific for the information that you're trying to offer for that particular group. So adding a form to your website is a great way in order for you to capture those folks that are visiting your website and maybe that would normally just kind of like visit and leave. This way they can visit, get the information. And usually what happens is when people are searching for a business, they're searching, they're ready to buy in the moment. Usually what happens is they're anticipating some type of offer or discount. So keep that in mind when you're building out those web pages, the forms, and linking up that autoresponder to follow up with them. Consider giving them some type of incentive to come in and visit you once they've signed up. So that's another great way in order to get that information. Number 13 is that if you are a blog writer, make sure that you're promoting it on your blog as well. And so that you can get people to sign up if they like what they're reading already, maybe then they're going to want to sign up for your information. And so blogs are a great way to show that you have lots of information to offer and give. Therefore, they're going to want to be able to stay connected with you and be able to continue to get that information from you. Again, if you are using WordPress as your website platform, Constant Contact has an integration that allows you to have a web sign-up form just for WordPress. So that's a great added benefit too. But again, you want to make sure, this particular one as far as blogs, if you're not a blog writer, it's okay. This may not be, kind of the one that's for you, but maybe you have someone on your team, or maybe there's a few people on your team that's interested in wanting to write blog post articles for your business. So maybe that might be another great way in order to, integrate blogs and getting people to sign up for your list, is to use your team, and it kind of gives different voice and different things like that. Also, you can share maybe some testimonials that your customers have given you. User-generated content is another great way in order to kind of, pull in different blog posts too. So don't get discouraged if you're not necessarily a blog writer, but if you are blogging, make sure that you are giving folks the opportunity to join your mailing list with each blog post that you have. Number 14 is to share past emails. So again, within Constant Contact, there's that sharing bar up at the top, and there's always that button that says join the email list. So again, if you are archiving your newsletters on your website and people are able to review those previous newsletter campaigns that you have, you can then make sure that they are going to be able to join that list. Maybe they are visiting your website by chance. They go to the archive to see what you have to say. When they get there, they go, wow, this is great information, and they want to join your list from that point. They can most certainly do that because that's one of the features inside the campaign once it's been sent within Constant Contact. So this is another great way to kind of help them and really prompt them to be able to join your list and also share it with other people. So again, social share is huge when we're thinking about making sure that we can share out different campaigns that we've sent to our either our audience or folks that want to be able to share our email communications on behalf of us. So that's those raving fans, right? Another great way is to collect emails when you offer an online survey. This is something, again, this is a special campaign that you can create inside Constant Contact, is a survey, and then you can kind of get feedback as to, hey, how did it go when we came out to your business, or how did it go when we had that transaction? Getting feedback in order to improve maybe customer service, the experience, maybe your product or service. But then in addition to that, you can also ask, hey, would you like to continue to receive information from us, they give you their email address, and now they're subscribing to your list. If you've had a positive customer experience, chances are they'll be more likely to want to be able to give their email address and want to stay connected with you. Another great way is through the online reviews. You can get feedback that way too. So that's going to be another great resource for you too. But again, the online survey is a great way to get feedback both for your business, but also to collect email addresses too. Number 16, some of you may already be doing this, but if you have a separate email account, which I'm assuming most of you do, so that could be in Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, AOL, any one of those where you would send an email one-to-one, you want to make sure that you're letting people know that you have a mailing list that you'd like them to subscribe to and putting that link inside your signature, but also any social media that you may have, or maybe there's a special offer that your business is offering. You can put that right inside your email signature inside in that account. Wise Stamp is a great resource for you if you're thinking about building out a email signature block. And then that way, when you're reaching out to folks that maybe, one-to-one that they, aren't familiar yet with your business, maybe that's going to kind of like get their attention and then go, hey, I want to learn a little bit more, right? And you have it there available for them in order to be able to take a look and be able to join your list. So this is another great resource for you as far as, growing your list, and it's an easy one to do. Number 17, there is an app for that. What doesn't have an app, right? There's always an app for everything, it seems. So again, Constant Contact has an app where you can collect email addresses when you're out and about. So make sure that if you are reaching with people, maybe at a networking event or one-to-one trade show, you can do it that way too. You can get the app right there so that you can collect the information, and then that way, you don't have to retype, and or if people, sometimes handwriting is a little bit difficult to read. So this is another great one where you can get people to sign up on their own right when they're meeting with you, and then they're giving their permission to want to be able to stay connected with you. But there's lots of different apps in the app marketplace inside the Constant Contact, so you can most certainly take a look at that, and they're both available for iOS and Android devices, so you don't have to worry depending on what type of device that you're working on. Number 18 is to use a text to sign up. So again, inside Constant Contact, if you are familiar or not familiar or don't have an account yet, that is another great way where you can get folks to be able to sign up for your email list, is to have that keyword that someone would sign up with and they would join the list that you've designated. This is a great way, especially, I'm using this in the example as far as the trade show, but if you're at a trade show, you usually have a lot of people visiting your booth. And what you can do is you can offer people to sign up for your list. And then when they do, then they can automatically start to receive that autoresponder campaign series that you've set up, hint, hint, ahead of time. And then that way they're instantly getting email communication from you. Maybe there's something where, hey, come to our booth and check this out and, be entered in a drawing or something like that. You can easily do that because you're using this text to sign up, and that way they're going to be able to get the information. Now, I do want to clarify that this is text to sign up in order to join a mailing list. It's not offering text messaging services, so just keep that in mind. This is a one-time in order for them to be able to sign up into your account, not to use text messaging with Constant Contact. But this is a great way to, again, get people to join your mailing list. Number 19 is to use a QR code. Depending on what type of business you're in, this may be more of interest to you. Maybe some businesses, this wouldn't be as applicable. I know lots of times when we're out at restaurants, that's where I usually have seen it at the table, because people are sitting. So, they have time to be able to kind of read, and then in some cases be able to scan that QR code. I've seen it with real estate, if they want to be able to have a web page for a particular house or listing commercial property, and they can get more information. Again, folks need to have that QR code reader in order to be able to scan the QR code. So keep in mind what type of business that you're in and if it makes sense, and also depends on who your audience is. And this may or may not be a good fit, but again, it's another way that you can, consider using, folks to be able to join your list. And so you can add it to flyers or any posts or brochures that you have. Again, as long as they have the QR code reader. And so this is another tool. Again, you can create that QR code from within Constant Contact. And then that way they can be able to easily be connected to your account without having to re-add them at a later date. Number 20, if you are doing any kind of printed brochures, you want to make sure that you are putting that information in there so that folks know that they can reach out and stay connected with you. If you are doing any kind of digital brochures too, make sure that you put the link in there for them to automatically click on it in order for them to be able to join your list. But this is a great way. It seems like we kind of have gone away from printed information, but there's still different times and uses for when we want to have true printed materials. Make sure that you're letting people know that you're social, that you have a website, and that you want to have them join the list, and also give the reason why. And so you can usually find a nice spot on that brochure in order for them to be able to get that information. In some cases, be able to link right to it, especially if it's digital. So that's a great way to do it. Number 21, like I mentioned before, using menus or table tents. So again, if you are a restaurant and it makes sense that this would be a good fit for your restaurant, this is going to be a great way to use those opportunities where people are sitting and waiting. Maybe it's a survey. Maybe it's, the QR code. Maybe it's the text to sign up, right? Maybe they're going to get a free appetizer or a free dessert if they sign up. So that's that incentive in order to sign up for your email list. So this is going to be another great way that you can do this. Trying to think of some other businesses where people are kind of sitting and maybe waiting. Maybe if you're in a doctor's office or medical office where people are sitting and waiting in a waiting room, you could have it, something there too, something like that. If you're waiting for a service, I'm thinking kind of if you're getting tires, you can do it something there too. So anytime where someone's just sitting and waiting, that's going to be another great opportunity to, kind of get their attention and distract them a little bit with having them sign up for your lists too. Number 22 is to use an iPad. So again, I know in the beginning we talked about the paper, but now we're talking about digital. People love to be able to use digital equipment or devices and things like that. So if this is an option that you have, you can most certainly use an iPad in order to have folks be able to sign up for your email list. Again, there's that app for that. So the iCapture app is a great one to use in order to be able to capture the basic information, and it'll automatically go right into your Constant Contact account. There is a paid version and there's also a free version with the iCapture. So if you go into the apps marketplace, you'll be able to see that there are two different versions for that, but you can easily do that. It's great for any opportunity where you are at a venue or an event where you have a lot of people that need to sign up. You can simply just say, hey, sign up here with my using the iPad, whether you're at a speaking event or an event where you're hosting a different seminar. If you're at a trade show or vendor show, you can have folks use that iPad that way, especially if people are coming into your store. They can use it that way too, where they can check out, and as the transaction of checking out, they can then sign up. Sometimes people are like, yeah, I don't really want that, but you know what, if you offer the incentive as to why to sign up, again, you can save 30% off on your next visit, or buy one get one free or something like that. Then that way they can see the value as to why they want to sign up for your list. But an iPad is an easy way to do that. Number 23, if you are part of that online shopping world and you have packages that you're shipping, are you taking advantage of that outside of the box or outside of the envelope in order for you to be able to let people know, hey, we want to connect with you? Making sure that all of your, branding is on that packaging, and maybe it's as simple as, the color of the envelope that you're using. I know that there was a lady that I work with, and her theme colors were purple, and so she ordered purple envelopes, and so she shipped everything in purple envelopes, and so that was kind of part of her branding. And so you want to make sure that you're using your packaging and that space in order to be able to, again, capture your audience attention. Maybe it's the mail carrier that's going to capture that attention. You're going to be just curious enough, right? So you want to be able to use that space and use it to your advantage. So maybe a QR code, maybe it's a join our mailing list with the link right there so that people can see it. But utilize that as well. As the packaging is always another great one. Again, here's the using the takeout boxes too. That's another one for the restaurants. Number 24. So we talked about events. If you are hosting any kind of event, you always want to make sure that you are capturing that information, because what's going to happen is you're going to want to follow up with folks, just like I am today with you. I want to be able to email you information. And so this is an easy one in order for you to be able to get their email address. Again, if you are hosting events and using Constant Contact, make sure that you're aware that there is the event campaigns that you can create that creates this registration page and allows folks to be able to give you their email address. Make sure that you know that there's also that landing page where you can create all this information and collect and track the registration for the event. So when people are signing up for your event, make sure that you ask for their emails so that you can follow up with them later, and also giving them the opportunity to say, yes, I would like to receive your email communication or email newsletters or email promotions and whatever information it is that you want to send. That way people can say yes or no if they want to. But it's always a good practice in order, especially if you're hosting an event and people are anticipating to receive something from you, especially if you're doing that with the event. So don't miss this opportunity on that one. Number 25 is to start a loyalty program. So there's lots of different businesses that I know that I have their cards that I can, if I stop in for, a sandwich, I get a stamp or something like that. That way I can, again, want to come back into the business and back into supporting my local business. So you want to make sure that you're rewarding your customers. That also helps to grow your list. I know that there is the Dine card with some of the, there's a few different restaurants part of that Dine card, and I get emails from them that say, hey, you're almost there, just one more visit, and then you can get whatever the special offer may be. So this is another great way. It does a lot more than just get people on your email list. It starts to build that relationship, and then you have customers that are supporting you because they're getting something in return. In addition to that, if they're having a positive experience, they're going to then also share with their friends. Maybe they're going to post a positive review on your Facebook page. And so other people are going to say, wow, this person had a great experience, all from just starting this loyalty program. So you want to make sure to utilize that if it's a good fit for your business. Some of these are going to be good. Some of these may not apply, but think then outside of the box. How can you use some type of loyalty program that would fit for your business? So maybe it's, buying so many and then you get the, number one free, something like that. So think about how you can blend this in, thinking outside of the box. I know recently we just went to a hotel, and on the key card, the one side was all about the hotel that we were staying at. On the flip side, it was all about the local pizza shop. And I thought, this is really great marketing. So, think outside of the box and who you can partner with in order to be able to, again, support more business for your business as well as another business that has the same customer base. Number 26, who doesn't want to be recognized on their birthday, right? This is another great way in order for you to make sure that you're identifying your customers, especially those that are loyal to you, and acknowledging them on their birthday. You can create that birthday autoresponder inside Constant Contact, have it automatically set up. In some cases, whatever that message that you want to send to them, that could be, a discount off or anytime during the month or receive a free service, but some type of incentive. I know I created a birthday email autoresponder where it talked about all of the different businesses that you could get something free on your birthday. So that was kind of my message there, hey, it's your birthday month. Make sure you're getting all of the bonuses for your birthday, But again, it's a nice way to be able to reach out and stay connected with your list in order for you to be able to be in touch. And again, it gives them the positive, like, hey, you're thinking of me, and be creative with this birthday club. I know one of the birthday messages that I got, I just recently had a birthday in December, and I know recently, but on my birthday, I had one of the folks, they sent me a birthday greeting, and it had a little video, and it was really kind of like a fun little video clip that they had created, with their team and stuff like that. So have fun. That is going to help build a relationship. It's going to help strengthen and want people to want to do business with you. So it's more than just getting people on your list. It's more about building those relationships too. And sending birthdays and having that birthday club is a great way in order for you to do that. Number 27, experiment with website pop-ups. I know some people get annoyed with this, but it's still a great resource, because what happens is that people have to take action, right? So they go to a website, the website pop-up comes up, and you know what? Get 10% off your next purchase. Who doesn't want that, right? Especially if I'm on the website, I'm already expressing interest because I'm on the website. So if I'm ready to buy something, this is going to be one of those where it's going to be of value. Again, on the apps marketplace within Constant Contact, there's one of the apps, the Privy app, that you may want to use in order for you to get those pop-ups to come up on your website. So it's a great resource that you can just take a look at, and maybe that's one of those things where, again, you can get people to sign up for your email list in order to grow your list, but then also give them some kind of incentive to want to do business with you. And that's an easy one that you can do that with. Number 28 is use online payment forms. So again, if people are shopping with you online, which a lot of people are doing, so if you currently aren't offering ways for people to purchase your products or service online, because it makes sense, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but if it makes sense for your business, make sure that you're giving people the opportunity to purchase and shop with you online. And when you're doing so, then you can have and collect that online payment form, which would include, hey, let's stay connected, and you can make sure that you're getting the information as far as their email list to be able to send offers to them in the future or some type of follow-up communication. So that's going to be one of those great ways that you can get information and be able to stay connected with them. They've already shopped with you once. Depending on what your product or service is, they may want to shop with you again. So make it easy for them, because you're sending that email communication in order for you to be able to stay connected with them in the future to share that. Number 29, when they're booking appointments with you, make sure that if you have some type of online scheduling, or you're scheduling with them even over the phone, make sure that you're getting their email address in order for them to be able to join your list. But then also, if you do need to reach out to them for whatever reason, you can make sure that you can do that and give them updates as far as, maybe your business is going to be closed, or maybe your business wants to send a holiday greeting. You can do something simple like that too, in order to be able to get that greeting. So you want to make sure that as people are reaching out to you to have an appointment, they're interested in your business anyway, let them to be able to, receive information from you too as well. And number 30, offer online coupons. Coupons are a great way. I know we've kind of gotten out of the holiday rush, but there's always a holiday coming up, and there's always an opportunity to give a coupon, right? And coupons don't always have to be monies off. It could be a buy one, get one free. It could be one that you share with a friend. It could be, buy so many and then get one free. So you can be creative and have fun with the coupons that you're offering. Maybe you have downloadable content that you want to be able to share. Maybe you offer different classes and you want to be able to let someone come to a class for free or something like that. So, think about how you can have fun with coupons. And again, if you're using Constant Contact, you want to know that there's a true coupon campaign that you can create the coupon campaign and track who is using the coupon and who's redeeming it and who's sharing it, so that you can see, hey, is this working? Is this a great tool? Then that way you can know if this is something you want to try again. So online coupons are a great way in order for you to, again, get people in the door, build those relationships, and again, have them grow your list simply by giving your email address. Now, I know as we've gone through this, I've mentioned Constant Contact a lot. Some of you may be familiar with it. Some of you may not be familiar. So Constant Contact is an online marketing software which focuses on building campaigns, sending through email, but there's those different types of campaigns. So I had mentioned there's the email newsletters and email announcements and things like that. There's also events campaigns that you can send out. There's the surveys, there's the coupons, there's social media campaigns, there's the autoresponder campaign. So there's lots of different campaigns that you can create and send using Constant Contact. And so I want to share with you a special offer. Before I do that, though, I want to point out to you that many of the times people ask me, how much is it? So you have the option for a free 60-day trial if you wanted to give it a shot. Email, there's two different plans with Constant Contact. There's the email plan, which starts out at $20 a month for 0 to 500 contacts. Then there's also Email Plus, that is the kind of like those plus campaigns. You get a few more features and you get a free custom mobile responsive template created for you with the Email Plus. That starts out at the $45 per month. So in that 0 to 500 contacts. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, for those of you that are on the call today, if you are interested in wanting to try Constant Contact, you can try it for $5 per the first 3 months of your email account. So that would be $5, $5, $5, so $15 for 3 months, right? Instead of the $20 per month. So it's a great way to give it a shot, see if it's going to be a tool that you can use. And again, it's all about building the relationships and building the system so that when you start to get a lot of email campaigns or email contacts, then you already have the system in place so that it's working for you. Now, some of you may be already using Constant Contact, and I just want to point out to you that they're going through some transition, and you'll see some changes to where now we have mobile responsive drag and drop templates that are super easy to use. And so all of the campaigns in this 3rd generation editor are going to be mobile responsive. And so when we think about that, that's really important to remember when we're building out campaigns, making it easy for those people that are receiving and who have joined our list to be able to read and view the campaigns that we're creating. So creating mobile responsive means that it's going to be responsive to the device that it's being opened on. Constant Contact is an excellent tool that you can use in order to be able to do that. So if you've tried Constant Contact in the past, went away from it, now's the time to come back, give it a try. Because again, we've improved the software tremendously, making it super user-friendly and really kind of the #1 leader in email marketing. So I want to just say, again, thank you to SCORE for hosting this webinar today and allowing me to be able to share this information with you. If you are interested in needing some support, make sure that you reach out to score.org/find-mentor in order to be able to get a little business resources. Again, thank you for being with me and bearing with me in my voice today. My apologies. Again, I'm recording this webinar, so if you want to be able to listen to it at a later date, you can most certainly do that. I'll send you the slides in the follow-up email. If there are any questions, go ahead and type them into that chat box window, and then that way I can make sure to answer those questions that you have. Here we have a question here that wasn't able to join all of your webinars in the series. Is there a way to watch later? Yes, so in the follow-up, you will receive a link to a resource page that will list all of the different previous webinars that I've had hosted. And so you'll be able to view any of the slides, resources that fit for that particular webinar, and also the recording is there too. I have a question here. So you have an account with Constant Contact and you took over the position a few months ago but lost your login information. How do you get it back? So you would need to go to Constant Contact, and it says login, and if you say forgot your password or forgot your username, you can do it that way. You can also call the Constant Contact directly, and then from there maybe they can help you with sorting out what the username is or maybe resetting that. That might be an option for you. So any other questions that you may have, I'm here to answer, whether it's on this particular Grow Your List topic or any of the other ones that we've had previously that you may have been on. Again, when we meet again, we are going to be talking all about Facebook pages in just a couple of weeks, just 2 weeks. That'll be the last one in the series. So I want to just say thank you for joining me today. And if there are no other questions, have a wonderful afternoon. And thank you so much for being with me today.